What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're just going to run through some live trades that I've just entered, and we're going to see how they play out. Alright guys, welcome back. And in this, as I said in the intro, today's video we've entered two trades, both on Aussie pairs, one on AU and one on AC, or Australian Canadian dollar. And they're both shorts, and they have two different setups for two different reasons. So the first setup is actually on an hourly chart, and this is a play of, some call it a celery play, some call it break of a structure or whatever. I'm going to make up a name for it soon, because there doesn't seem to be a actual name for it, but whatever. So basically we've got, if I go down to the 30-minute, we've got this resistance area here, okay, creating and down to about this area, which is a range, okay. We see we've ranged in this area before, and then broken down, created another range, and so on. So on the hourly chart, what we've had is a nice push up, we've had a push down, and then we've had sort of like a reaction off the resistance zone. We've closed bullish, but we haven't actually broken this high with this candle or really made any movements off the resistance. So what we've done is waited for the next candle, and the next candle, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. The next candle has broken the low of this candle, okay, pushing price down. There it was, pushing price down and creating new lows. Okay, so we entered the market as we saw the price end. We got in a little bit late, but we are now entered price above, stop loss above a recent candle high, and then we're going to go for a one-to-one down to this sort of zone down here. I'm going to set an alert around halfway so I can maybe manage the trade, and we'll see what happens with that one. Moving on to the other one, which is AUDCAD, and this is an entry on the 15-minute chart. It could have been the 5-minute chart as well, but this is a supply and demand setup, which is similar to our everyday rules, which you can see I've just put up here. Okay, we've just filled a little fair value gap between here and there. All right, tipped in that. We got a break of our candle low, but we actually saw this on the 15-minute chart. We got a nice break of the candle low there, being quite significant. So we've entered the trade. Price stop loss is above this double top here. Okay, and we're now going to look for price to continue to the downside. So we're targeting 20 pips here, expecting price to eventually come down to sort of this area down here, to this resistance or support level down here. So I'll come back to these trades later in the day, and we'll see how they've played out. Alright guys, and just jumping back in real quick, we have just spotted another entry on, this is on the NAS100, okay. On the 30-minute chart, we've got this resistance area here, which is actually on the 15-minute chart. Really nice resistance zone, and then support zone. Then we have this resistance zone down here with this clean traffic in between, if you can see. So what we're going to look for, we've got some fair value gaps within there on the 15 and also on the 30. All right, and what we had is exactly the same setup as what we showed you on AU. Okay, we had a candle which didn't really react off the resistance. We didn't do much. We did push up a little bit, but now we've broken the candle low, so we've entered the chart, entered the trade, and basically we're just going to see if we can run down, break a new structure, fill in this fair value gap, and potentially come down to this support zone, resistance zone, which may become support. So we'll come back when we have some answers. Alright guys, welcome back, and it's been about an hour or so for me, probably about a second for you guys, and if we can see, the Aussie dollar USD trade has played out really nicely. We had our entry just below this candle here. Okay, this pushed down, saw some really quite strong bearish momentum pushing for breaking this low of this candle, so we went for an entry of our stop loss above the recent candle high. We went for a one-to-one, which is 16.5 pips, and as you can see, about an hour later, maybe 2 hours later, we've flown down and caught our 16.5 pips there. We had a very similar move on NAS100, and that is actually powered through. I wish I could have been able to manage this a bit more and leave a runner, but I couldn't because I was out. But if we go down to the 30 minutes, we had the same thing. So we had the nice area of support here, which I think on the 15-minute looks a bit cleaner. Okay, so around here, actually I drew it out on the 5. So we got this here, and we got these wicks, you know, showing that there's resistance at this point, or support at this point, sorry. And then on the 30-minute, we had our candle here, which closed bullish, but we did push up, but we never did really do much else. And basically, I was waiting for a short entry for candle break below here. We got our candle break, and then as you can see, we've just absolutely melted after that. So that was a nice 35 pips over there. And then if we jump to Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, we had a different setup, which is our usual setup, which if I get our rules up, this is the one that we usually follow, okay, and that is our supply and demand setup. So if I go down to the 5-minute chart, we had our, and just draw in, we had a little fair value gap there. So we had our push down, okay, we had our supply zone here, which supplied the market, breaking structure to the left. We came up, we filled this 5-minute fair value gap, as you can see here, and then we got our entry. We actually entered on this entry here, which was actually on the 15-minute, because we got an entry just below the 15-minute recent candle low there. Went for a 1-to-1. We actually went for a 20 pip, so it's a 1.39, and as you can see, we just melted down, breaking through even more structure, and yeah, 3 absolutely banging trades. If my math is correct, that's 36, 66. It's about 70 pips there that we caught in those 3 trades. And that is me done for the London session today. If you are watching this video now, I will be streaming in about half an hour, in fact. So I'm going to get this up really quick, and then I'll be streaming in about half an hour. And we're going to look at the New York session and see what we can find. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!